We were born at Ton Tavern, but the next 250 years begin at Belleau Wood Tavern. This is Tavern Talk, where history, humor, and hard-earned leadership lessons collide, keeping the Marine spirit alive for generations to come. Hosted by Captain Roy DeCrube and Zachary Green, Marines, brothers, and founders of the Belleau Wood Tavern, just outside the gates of Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Paris Island. Pull up a stool, grab a drink, and join the conversation, where past meets present. Visit www.bwoodtavern.com or text BWT to 843-929-1775. The next 250 years start here.
And we're live, episode 4. My brother Roy.
Man.
How you doing, bro?
Dude, I'm a lot better now. I didn't know if we were going to do this with daylight.
We were having a little bit of technological issues, which is, 2 Marines, 2 dumb knuckle draggers. We needed some good Lance Corporal over here from the comm unit to help figure this shit out.
If you are watching this, if you have any idea how to connect a laptop to a phone wirelessly, we need your help.
We're putting out a call to arms right now.
Yes.
So today is November 4th, is that right?
I just got off of duty, so yes.
We are officially 1 week away from the most important day of the last 250 years.
And that puts us right at about 2 months since we even had this idea.
Wow. So this idea literally started right upstairs. We got a chance, because it's so beautiful out today, instead of taking this call from, or this podcast from the Bellewood Tavern, we decided to go outside into my backyard and set up our new command post. So, Roy, we got some new objects here. Why don't you stand up and share with everybody what we got behind you? Or don't even have to stand up. You can point to it, whatever's easiest. So this is a pretty exciting addition to the Bellewood Tavern. So hopefully everyone can see that.
This is the great debut of the guide on.
Oh man, I've always wanted to have a guide on, a personal one. EOD, the exact same ones that you would get from any of the fleet units or anybody else. Roy surprised me with it last week. I got to be honest with you. There's not too many things that I get excited and impressed over, and I literally was getting tears in my eyes when I saw that.
So I'm getting tears in my eyes right now because I can't. Josh, you might have to help me out with this. I'm going to pass the onus on you for not knowing this if you don't. RSOP. We're RSOPing in your backyard right now.
There we go.
Reconnaissance, selection, occupation of position. That's what it is. Thanks, Josh.
And the enemy is inside, because if my wife comes out and finds out we're doing this, she's going to flip her shit.
This is a rehearsal. This is a rehearsal for the upcoming kickoff ceremony.
Days from now, where is this going to be?
So, when we do our no kidding public declaration of intent, and anybody watching this right now obviously has already heard of the tavern. If you're watching Tavern Talk, 2 months ago when we had this idea, I was like, dude, we have to announce our Kickstarter on the 10th of November. Like, we have to do it on the Marine Corps birthday.
It's our coming out party.
We're coming out of the tent.
That's right. Instead of coming out of the closet, we're coming out of the party.
It's not.
Coming out of the tent. It's okay now. It's a new Marine Corps, man. It doesn't matter. We're good. We're good. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so look, we're a week away from our official kickoff ceremony.
Which was supposed to be, and what we thought was going to be the first time you ever even heard of this idea.
We couldn't wait, though.
Well, you know Marines, man.
Can't keep a secret.
Can't keep. And this thing has taken off so much, and if you even have any idea what this podcast is, can't thank you enough. Please get the word out, because if you have ever earned the title Marine, if you have ever shared a memory, shared a story, known somebody, looked up to somebody, have anybody who's been in a profession of arms, whether they're a first responder, military, and of course all my brothers, my Marines, this is going to be our space. So please let them know. If clearly you guys watching this already knew, but on the 10th of November, this tent, the two of us, posting all night on fire watch, providing security and ensuring that the guardianship of the next 250 years of our lineage, born again in a bar, is going to take place.
So let's go through, because we got a lot of moving parts that are going to happen. This will probably air on Wednesday, I imagine, either Wednesday or Thursday when this will air, so we'll only have a couple days to go. But basically, 1,400 is going to be our muster. We're going to get everyone together. We partnered with our next door neighbors, Hoju Tattoo. Hoju Tattoo is going to be doing $50 discount tattoos all day, all night long, but it has to be a Marine Corps tattoo. That's the only requirement. They're going to do
You guys are legit.
They are fantastic. Most of the drill instructors on the island over at Paris Island like to go to Hoju and get all their.
So are we coming out of the tent right now? Are we coming out of the tent?
Go
right
ahead,
now?
share what you want, bro. This is a safe space. No one here is going to say anything.
All right. The better half of
Is
the
the
Bellewood
Ferrari
Tavern.
going to put a sticker
I
on?
have no tattoos.
And
I
he won't
zero
have a tattoo
tattoos.
because tell me a reason why you don't have a tattoo.
Well, Zach, one of my dream cars, second place, obviously, 67 Chevelle is number one. But a Ferrari F430 was always my dream car, and you used to keep a Ferrari until you realized how annoying they are. To
I could
drive
afford
in
the
neighborhood.
Ferrari. I couldn't afford the repairs on the Ferrari. That was my
I learned
issue.
that driving a Ferrari not on a racetrack is like putting a Ferrari in a demolition derby, really. Anyways, I told you, I was like, oh, you're seeing a bumper sticker on a Ferrari?
And I'm like, yes, you did, because I had a Marine Corps bumper sticker on my red Ferrari. So there you go.
But I have no
So,
tattoos.
Mr. Pretty Roy, are you going to put a bumper sticker on this
All
Ferrari?
I'm saying is our wonderful neighbors, phenomenal people, outstanding human beings. He found out, obviously we're doing a party on the 10th. They, on their own volition, were going to have a Marine Corps birthday party. So if you are one of the 99.99% of normal people who like and appreciate tattoos, I do too, I just don't have any. Please go see those guys. They are just some of the best Americans and just good souls that you're going to meet in the Low Country. But this isn't a commercial for Belleau Wood Tavern or anybody else. This is Tavern Talk.
That's right,
Dude,
baby.
we've had a stressful 2 months.
So before we get
We've had
into
a lot.
that, let's talk a little bit more. 1500 is going to be kind of social hour. 30 time.
Right,
Yep.
password.
We're going to be go ahead and starting the ceremony. It'll be emceed by our real estate agent, our city council member, and the recently retired Sergeant Major
And maybe our
Jorge
property manager.
Guerrera.
Yep.
And will probably be our property manager also. We're going to have some dignitaries. We'll have some media there, kind of just announcing the start of not just this journey, but also our Kickstarter campaign, which is really important. So I'm going to put a link in the comments here. It's going to open up on November 10th. That morning is when the Kickstarter is going to open up. What's important right now is if you can go onto that link and just at least pre-register. We've got a fellow Marine off camera right here that's already said that he wants to donate $10,000 to buy one of the pergolas. Is that right there, Major Vance? Yep, see, he said it, so you guys all know. So he's in for $10,000.
Right off the rip. Thanks,
That's
man.
right. Thank you, Major. We appreciate your help there. But anyway, so yeah, Kickstarter is going to start. Ceremony is going to be there. About an hour or two later, then the real party is going to start because we're going to start the 250th Marine Corps Birthday Bash. Cap, why don't you tell us a little bit about what that's
That is
look
going
like?
to be a very measured and very quaint little get together of
A couple
people who
hundred
are-
Marines.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
That is something we want to hear about. Actually, you know what? Before we start, because we do have a lot of work to pass, this is a perfect time to ask this. I didn't even think about this till just now. Thanks, but wherever you are in any of the four corners of this earth, in any clime and place, Marines, I want you to share what you're doing on the 10th on the Belleau Wood Tavern Facebook page, because you are not alone. We are going to be freezing our asses off at a very undeveloped place when we get ready to kick off the renovations, making sure that our birthday party is celebrated the way it was 250 years ago.
In a bar.
In a bar.
Right?
That's right. So wherever you are, I don't care if you're on a ship, I don't care if you're at home, I don't care if you've been out for 30 years, I don't care what you're doing. Please, get on the Bellewood Tavern. Well, I don't know.
We're probably going to be live streaming most of the day.
Christ.
Yes, we do have a Bellewood Tavern Instagram.
So get on Instagram, get on
YouTube.
Facebook.
Yep, we'll be
Wherever.
live streaming.
And show us what you're doing, and make sure you tag. Do they tag us?
Yeah, they can tag us, but what we'll do is when you join the live stream, we'll bring you on cam, so hopefully you can share with where you are in any climb and place and bring you on with us.
It'll be a
pretty
good
moto.
time.
Yeah, so again, the Marine Corps Birthday Bash, Captain, why don't you kind of take us through show of events and what we're going to be doing for our version of the birthday ball.
We can't have. This is not going to be a real party. Like we can't have the real party starts. We can't.
Bullshit. Go ahead, talk to him.
Yeah, absolutely can't do that.
So, do you want me to do it then?
You can't have a birthday bash. We've got that part out. Like that's absolutely going to be like the real party starts after. Like, dude, that's
why not?
A, we don't have our fence up.
No, we're having people back there. We're cutting the cake and doing all that shit, aren't we?
Yeah, but that's like,
okay.
If we have like fucking 60, 70 people there, that's going to be a fucking like going to show up.
So basically, the birthday bash is going to be exciting. It's going to be a bunch of Marines. We're going to be hanging out, enjoying ourselves next door at Hoju Tattoo. They're going to be doing an oyster roast. And then the most important thing is at midnight, at 0001, we're all going to have our first celebratory toast to celebrate the next 250 years. The first 250 years started at Bellewood Tavern, Philadelphia. The next 250 years at midnight, dark 001 is going to start at Belleau Wood Tavern. Right. After we have our toast and we bring in it the right way of all of us singing the Marine Corps hymn, we're then going to walk across the street to the lovely Port Royal Waffle House and take it in the way that all good Marines should at midnight. After that, hopefully we'll get a couple winks of sleep back here in this tent that'll be set up. And then on November 11th, the 11th day of the 11th month, when the armistice was actually made for World War I and also now is Veterans Day, we'll be marching in the Beaufort County Veterans Day Parade. So anybody that wants to show up, get there early on the 11th at Belleau Wood Tavern's address, 7 Marina Boulevard over there in Port Royal, and join us for the parade so we can all march together. It'll be pretty exciting.
All right, so now that all is that all?
I think that's all of our announcements. Let's get into the good stuff. What do you want to talk about?
All right, man. So we'll bookmark this. So it was like a good bit of time. Watch it. That's your word. If you're not there, you're UA. If you don't participate in anything we just passed, you're UA. But we'll bookmark this so you can get right to the episode. So the last 2 months
wow.
have been a lot. But what I really appreciate over the last 2 months, and you obviously, I mean, this is for the years that we've known each other. An absolute mentor to me as far as, not just business, but a bunch of things. And
well, you teach me how to get my rounds on target, and hopefully I teach you how to make things more in the black instead of in the red.
So we got this project that we've got working on that I really, really appreciate because this is something neither of us have ever done.
That's true.
And the last 2 months, I've had a lot of fun. Even though I've had a lot of late nights
and stress,
I've had a lot of fun because we truly are in this together. And
100%, ride or die, baby, ride or die.
And you know what? I'll kick this off because I've got so much. I'm so unconsciously incompetent with entrepreneurship, and that's a great place to realize you are. And I usually use that. I don't know, Billy Birdzell, if you're still out there, wherever you are, not married to like a Kennedy, but that's who I got that concept from, is being unconsciously incompetent. When you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
And I dove into
pretty much how I live my life.
But when you got the balls and the audacity of a United States Marine, you really don't hesitate much to do it. But here I am, unconsciously incompetent with business, started this thing together. I have learned so much. I have gotten remember the movie Blow with Johnny Depp?
I don't think I saw that.
Oh, you don't? He said I went in with a GED in weed, but I came out with a PhD in cocaine. Talk about jail. I went into
For the record, there's no illegal substances. Don't worry. You're going to be pissing hot the next day this airs. You know that. But anyway, you won't be pissing hot. You'll just be taking the test. But go ahead.
I will absolutely be taking the test.
Do I need to edit that out, sir?
No, you be in there with me. We'll go.
I can do whatever the fuck I want now.
So, when I started this, I had an idea of being fiscally and financially responsible. Credit score that dropped like 30 points when I first got all these loans out and was still in the 800s.
It dropped 30 points once you met me, is what you're saying, right?
Still, I've been very, very, mindful of finances. By the way, that makes you totally a noob when it comes to business. Your own personal finances means nothing in business. Next thing, in navigating these waters with, our wonderful people in Port Royal, our friends, our family, and all this help, this is not a multi-bajillion-dollar business. This is not corporate America. This is very personal. And I saw that with you, these ideas that you have, and I could see, I'm like, this is literally how mergers happen with, like, giants. Now, you and I are sitting here like, ape together strong. How do we open a bar in Port Royal? Which is so funny that on two opposite ends of the spectrum, we kind of met in the middle to figure out how to open up this small business. And I can sit here and talk ad nauseum about what I've learned, but I kind of want to learn more about how this has been a growth experience for you.
So,
I'm speaking as, of course, like a warrior entrepreneur.
It's interesting. I read a book called Rocket Fuel, and it really changed my life when I was in kind of the throes of my entrepreneurship journey. I realized that I'm a great entrepreneur, that I'm a great starter, that I'm a great visionary, but I'm not a really good president. I'm a good CEO, but not a really good president. And the reason why is that the skill set you need to start a business and grow a business is very different than the skill set you need to maintain a business.
Absolutely.
Right. And so, I got our company up to a really good revenue. We were doing high, mid 8 figures. And I pretty much almost killed the company. And one of the reasons why is I wasn't managing the cash properly. You could actually sell yourself out of business. And that's kind of what I was doing. We were bringing in such big deals and not having enough cash to buy the raw materials. And I wasn't listening to my CFO and my other team. And then I read the book Rocket Fuel by Gino Wickman. We start talking about you got to let the visionary be the visionary and have the integrator be the integrator. The integrator's job is to take the 100 ideas that the visionary has and boil it down. The integrator's job is to go ahead and execute and find the right people and put them in the right place. The visionary's big picture. And so I always thought that I was a great visionary, and I still feel I'm a good visionary. I've done this 4 or 5 times with several other businesses. And meeting Roy, I was like, this is so exciting because now I get to be the visionary again. You get to be the integrator. Roy reads the book. And Roy, what was the first thing you said after you read the book?
I prefaced what I'm about to say. If you in any way, shape, or form, whether you're getting ready to pin on Lance Corporal, if you're a senior Lance, if you're an officer, I don't know how you haven't already read this, how it took me so long, read the book Rocket Fuel. It will absolutely change your frame of reference on how you view teamwork and cooperation. But as soon as I read this book, after you told me, like, I just need you to read this book, Roy. I just need you to freaking do this and see how this works. I'm like, Zach, dude, this book changed my life. Thank you so much for putting me on. Dude, clearly I'm the visionary here.
And I'm like, what?
Like, what
WTF? Like, no, that's not why I meant you to read this book. But then we sat down and we started looking at where a visionary works in a corporate type setting versus a setting like this. And Roy really and I had a conversation, and I would say a little bit of friction, but in any great relationship, that's part of the journey as brothers that, we can certainly fight and then kiss and make up. We never fought, but...
you do it in the tent.
That's right. But he's like, Zach, I need you to be the integrator here. And I'm thinking, like, this is like someone telling me that there's no Santa Claus. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I know you're a good visionary. You've proven that. But I want to see you be the integrator, and I want to become the visionary. I want to be the one that's doing that stuff. He's like, because you have that really good background in business. You understand how to read P&Ls. You understand how to manage
all
the
the
people,
stuff
all
that's
that
Chinese
stuff.
math to me. Right? Absolutely Chinese
Which
math.
I was counting on you to do for me. So you really flipped the pages on me.
really flipped the switch. It was definitely like the M. Night Shyamalan level Uno reverse. And that twist nobody saw coming because it ended up working brilliantly. Because
Beyond brilliant.
You acting as a visionary to companies that were 7-figure like cash flow like weekly turnarounds, right? Now you boil that down to, like an incubator level. And these ideas are just like steroids to a gerbil. However, the knowledge that you've had over the decades has taken this from way too much rum and bourbon and whatever the hell else we had.
Can't remember what that was. It was very expensive.
That might have been what took us over the edge. But anyways, all that knowledge has taken this vision from a good idea over drinks to what you're looking at today in almost 2 months. And you were actually, and I'll say this because you were actually, it was very vulnerable for you to share, your early experiences starting out as a president. That was very, very impressive. But my humble vision is tapers your massive experience, and together that synergy has driven this thing so productively, so efficiently, so deliberately. Here we are doing a podcast, getting ready to have our kickoff ceremony.
Well, and I gotta be honest, sir. I gotta thank you because you did what great leaders do. You push people outside of their comfort zone, which is the only place that growth really happens, is outside of your comfort zone. And then once you're outside of your comfort zone, you're like, okay, I know you can do this, we can do this, that, and the other. And as a result, over the last month or two, I feel like I have grown so much, both as an entrepreneur and as a leader, because now I'm really getting into the financials. I have been spending so much time working on pro formas, working on architectural plans, meeting with those people, the permitting people, and those type of things. And I got to be honest, it's been refreshing. I enjoy it.
You know what it's been to me, seeing you work? Terrifying. Terrifying. Because if you take what you do seriously, and anybody who's watching this can attest to this, when you see somebody performing to the level of mastery, and they're doing it almost casually, it really makes you feel as though you need to measure up. And when you said, you know what, you're right. Let's do this. I'm going to back this, facilitate this, own this, and run this. You keep your vision on what the end state is. And everything that you've done so far has genuinely shocked me at what I could not only potentially be capable of one day, but what can happen. When you are so literate with business, when you are so comfortable just driving an enterprise towards success, I've never seen so much productivity. And I've worked for the government my entire life. So my idea of what productivity is nothing like what is expected just to survive in business.
You're making me very uncomfortable, and I appreciate your kind words.
Zach, what I have seen from you, and this is important. This is very important because Zach is the most knuckle-dragging frickin' grunt you've ever literally met. He's actually a frickin' ape. So
Sasquatch, actually.
Sasquatch?
Yeah, the next level above ape.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got ape, Sasquatch, human. I'm right in the middle.
So for all of my brothers and sisters out there who think, well, I'm just a warehouseman, I'm just a frickin' cannon cocker, what do I know? I have seen what a warrior committed to their vision can do, and I've seen that, and I've learned that from you, brother.
Well, thank you, Roy. Your words mean a lot to me.
So
and
this
again,
last 2 months have taken me you let me leave off that analogy. Since you and I have started this relationship, like in business, I started with a GED in personal finance, and I'm now earning my MBA in entrepreneurship. Day by day.
And we still haven't even broken ground yet, right? So if it's been this much already,
I'm telling you.
Wait till it's coming up. So it's been an exciting week. We got our architectural plans actually came in today. We got a chance to review those for the first time. The building's going to be incredible.
You'll get to see them if you're there on the 10th.
One of the things I love the most is the time you and I spend out at the building. I don't think there's been a time we've been there that we've not had at least 2 or 3 cars that drive by and stop and say, hey, what can I do? Can I help with this? Can I help with that? Like, I don't have any business skills, but I can get my leaf blower out and I can blow some grass. Or somebody else today is like, hey, I'm really good at social media. I'm really good at print production. I can do this. Somebody else is like, hey, I've got a trailer. If you want to borrow my trailer for the parade, you guys can use the trailer. It's been one thing after the next of people seeing us. And
when you're getting overwhelmed, and see, when we're out there just raking leaves and just fixing hinges and just getting into the weeds and the nitty gritty, it's hard to remember.
Well, how old's your son, Charlie?
He's 4. He just turned
4. And how tall is he? Do you know?
He's almost 4 feet tall.
He's about like this tall, maybe a little bit more.
So short.
He's about like
He's a
that,
tiny
right?
guy, yeah.
We lost him twice in the backyard. I mean, he literally was
He's quick.
under the grass.
He's quick.
The grass was taller than Charlie, and I'm like, dude, where's your kid? Because like we're weed whacking around, and then all of a sudden
He's like
we just
raptors
see
with
this
tall
head
grass.
like moving around. And thank God he's got long dark hair because we would have lost him. So we're just trying to get the grass to baseline, not even look good, just at least baseline, so we don't lose your kid.
Dude,
you get in a lot of trouble. You lose your kid back
I
there.
have 1,000 CPS. It's just okay. He was with me the entire time. The amount of I have a million other things on my mind while we're doing these things, right? It's just easy to get overwhelmed. But then, just like you said, somebody stops by and says, "What can I do to help?" Thank you for giving us a place to be Marines. And now I'm like that. I can't work long enough. There could be 100 hours in a day. I'm here because that is that recentering moment. Anytime somebody comes by and just shares that validation of the vision, like we need a place.
And that's really, again, I don't want to keep pushing on this Kickstarter, but we don't want to get one big multi-million-dollar investor or go to the bank and get a loan or anything like that. We want this to be done by a bunch of 19, 20-year-old E2s and E3s that are putting in $5, $25.
Also, my fuel should have paid.
But no, we want people, no matter what means you have, to just be part of this, because this is not about a bar. It's not about a beautiful pergola. It's about a community. It's about an event that we're creating together.
If you can, for 1 second, pause the humbleness. Literally wrote a best-selling book on warrior entrepreneurship, and you're doing the number. The numbers are there. They're very healthy. People want to back this, and it's fine. Their money's good here too, but if we can help it, I would rather show up every day. I would rather plant the guide on every morning somewhere that I know was built by, for, and of Marines and those who are cut of the same cloth of us, that cut of the same cloth as the Belleau Wood Tavern guide on. That we need to be able to afford every opportunity for this to be a crowd-funded thing.
We want them to come by and say, hey, I helped build that. I don't care if it was just cutting a little bit of grass, or maybe it was clearing some brush, or just painting a little something on the game. We want everyone to be part of that.
Every breath that you take since joining this gun club has contributed. Because this exists because you exist. So we need to own this.
I think that's a great note for us to wrap up this episode 4.
This is a dance.
So it is. I've got the
Divinia
Ave Maria.
That's my favorite.
This thing is fantastic. So we're going to be burning a couple more of these later tonight also.
The Man of War Armada.
Nice.
This is a home wrecker.
The warrior one. So, all right, Marines, sailors, soldiers, airmen, civilians, everybody else that fits somewhere in between. Thank you for your continued support. Check down in the comments and the show description for the Kickstarter site. We'll also list Hoju Tattoo site. Anything else I'm missing?
One more, a shout out. This is to Tech Sergeant Velez. Freaking phenomenal shooting during intramurals, brother. So glad you made it out here. Thank you to anybody that allowed you to come out there and represent your service as well as you did, man. It was so good shooting.
Was that the airman that just crushed it?
That just
dude, that guy was freaking cold.
Dude, it was that. It does something to you when an airman shows up and starts out shooting you. It's like, okay. So please, you are always welcome to come over and shoot with us. That was phenomenal. So special shout out to you, Tech Sergeant Velez.
All right, Semper Fi, brothers.
Semper Fi.
Take care. Hoorah.
You've been listening to Tavern Talk by Belleau Wood Tavern. Be sure to like, follow, and visit www.bwoodtavern.com or text BWT to 843-929-1775.